Adelman praised your defense in the fourth quarter overtime. Sometimes we just ask you about made shots, missed shots. Where does your defense kind of rank for you in terms of what you're most proud of individually as a team getting this win tonight?
No, it takes everybody. I think we did a good job for the most part, just being on the string when one guy goes to help or one guy in the zone. It takes a lot of communication. So I think we did a good job of just communicating to each other throughout the game, even when we didn't. We made up for it and we stuck with it, or we handled the mistakes well. So I think together it was a good defensive showing for the most part.
Jamal, another big shot from Aaron in this game. Just a lot of clutch moments for you guys, for him as a team. What does it take to be clutch? How do you develop that as a team? Is there anything that players they try to go through over and over again in these moments?
I'm talking about AG.
AG and you.
I would just talk about AG. I told him he's like 7 for 7 under 3 seconds with 3 seconds in the game. So I think he's just being ready for the moment. You put a lot of work in all your life to shine in certain moments, and you don't know when that moment will come, right? So I think he's just always ready, and obviously puts the work in to get there. So I think it's a testament his whole life of manifesting it, being ready for it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, and when it's time to go do it, you've kind of done everything to prepare for those kind of moments. So AG's always ready for the moment.
Jamal, against tough defenses like this one in the playoffs before, sometimes it seems that tough shots are necessary, and you balance really well tonight in terms of taking tough shots and making tough shots and setting up others. What's kind of your mentality for this kind of defense and knowing sometimes I've got to create and make a tough shot? Like, what's the mentality in terms
just
of
being aggressive? Just being aggressive anything that we do. The way they're calling the games and how much they let them get away with. You just got to be aggressive back on offense and force them to make a decision. The defense and the refs. I think the refs did a good job of just kind of not making it one-sided. They kind of gave both teams the benefit of the doubt, and you just got to be aggressive though. You can't give into it, and it's going to take making tough shots. It's also going to take hitting open man. So it's a balance.
Jamal, this group obviously has a lot of this group has a lot of playoff experience and games and moments like this. Over the years, what has been the biggest lesson you guys have learned about how to win games like these?
That's going to be a long question, or a long answer, sorry. I think it comes to everybody sticking together and believing and holding each other accountable and accepting criticism, and going out there and just going with the positive attitude. I tell P-Watt and Zeke, like, they come in the game, they go out the game, they come in, it's like, bro, it doesn't matter, just stay ready. And those guys stay ready and ready to contribute in a big way. So that goes for everybody, but just that kind of mindset and everybody kind of being together, I think that can carry the way for things to come. So,
Jamal, after Game 3 against the Clippers, you said you guys need to dictate with the physicality more and not react. Was it? And then in Game 4, you came out and responded. In this series, is it kind of similar here with Games 2 and 3?
I agree. Yeah, I think so. I think tonight just made up for last game, and we got to go and win Game 4 now. Do it all over again. So it's a lot of work to be done. It was a good win, but there's a quick turnaround, and we have more work to do.
Jamal, that shot you made late in the third quarter with your back to the basket, you flip it over your head. How many times do you think you've made that, and how much do you practice that shot?
I've been doing stuff like that my whole life. I also airballed one late in the game too. So it's just how it goes sometimes. Just being aggressive and trying to make a play. But those are, layups and stuff I've been doing my whole life.
Jamal, post-game, a couple of Thunder guys, Lou, Alex said, felt like you were a little bit more aggressive, just in terms of physicality. Obviously, that's been a physical matchup with Lou this whole series. Do you feel like you were trying to be a little bit more physical, tonight, and be a little bit
it's
more
not
aggressive?
Really, physicality is a word, but it's more just being the aggressor, just being aggressive. If someone pushes you, just push back and get to your spot and don't even think about it. I think, just you can't always put it on the refs to call something like this. The game's going to go a certain way, and you got to just react and just play, and be aggressive back. And if they call it, then they call it. I'm just going in with tonight I went in with a better mindset of just playing and not trying to worry about what's going on, because stuff is going to go on. You just got to keep level-headed and keep focused on what your job to do out there is, and just do it. So I think if we all just become the aggressors and play through some of the stuff that I know is hard, but play through some of the stuff that we've been playing through, I think we just keep that mentality and move on.
Jamal DA said the screening for you specifically was much better tonight than it has been. Where do you see that the most? Like, what part of your game does better screening free
Me?
up? Yeah.
Screening or me getting?
You said, yeah, your screeners set for you. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, I think it causes a chain reaction, when you set one screen and it forces the defender to communicate to the other defender what's going on, and you can use those advantages or whatever to set up other stuff. I think it's a huge part of the game, especially in a physical game like this. You got to screen, you got to set screens, and force the defense to do something, I don't know if I answered your question, but all right, cool. Here's cool. We'll just move on.
Jamal, when we talked to PJ after the last game, he was frustrated. He was in a lot of pain. He felt like he was limited because of the shoulder. What does it say about him to come out and have this kind of game and have this when you guys it looked you needed it because especially given how important he is to setting up the perimeter and the 3-point offense? Yeah,
100%. I mean, he's playing through. When he first got here, it was like, damn, he's going to play through that. It's kind of crazy, and then. As each game gets better, he gets almost accustomed to how it's supposed to feel, and he might get nicked and nacked in the game, but he's playing through it. And like I said, people don't understand what he plays through and how much he's played through, his whole career. So it's just a testament to his resilience and his love for the game, and his will to win as well. So.